Like thinking about thinking up as a kid, like one of the biggest questions I had in my brain is like, why are there dogs and wolves? Like what? Like why are these? There's these two animals that look eerily similar to each other, but they're not the same thing. So growing up, I was like, this is kind of strange, and I want to figure out why this is the case. So thankfully, I grew up in the age of the internet, so I was able to research why are dogs and wolves, why do they look similar? I found oh they share a common ancestor. So from there, I was like, oh, what other organisms like have these are like what other comparative questions or organisms are that in our everyday life that like they look the same, but there's like slight differences between them. Why do they have these slight differences? I loved dinosaurs growing up as a kid. I remember the TV show. It's called Bonehead's Detective of the Paleo World. That's the TV show I would watch a lot as a kid, and I would watch it all the time. And then like the Crocodile Hunter, and I was never afraid of bugs. So like I would like stare at worms or like pick them up. Like why is this worm moving this way? Um, like so I was a big fan of dinosaurs and like insects and arachnids. So that spurred my curiosity in life in general. The class was animal behavior. So it was a class about describing why certain organisms behave the way that they do. So we focused specifically on like bees and wasps and ants. So they're like eusocial insects were the primary focus of the class. So it was very interesting that like they have like a caste system where it's like they have different guilds of ants or bees that will do perform different tasks, and they all worked as a cohesive unit. And like a colony is like one organism instead of millions of individuals. So that stuff was really interesting. I love that. It was one of my favorite classes I've taken at Illinois. Um, and like Andy is a great professor. Like he's a great conversationalist. Like having constant conversations with him are awesome. And thankfully he offered me a spot in his lab as an undergrad researcher, and it was a great experience. I got stung by a lot of ants, and that wasn't fun. But being in his lab was a great time. Like all of his grad students were awesome. They were so nice to me, and they gave me a lot of great advice when I was applying out of undergrad. So I really enjoyed my time in the SOARS lab and in that class as well. I learned a lot of great things. Trial and error. So I'm a big fan of trying it out to see if you like it. So like whatever your career path is in science or what your interests lie, go for it. Whether it be like even for this industry, if you're not thinking about academia, think about industry. See if you can find you could volunteer at whatever your area of focus is. Definitely seek out people and ask them about their experiences as well. But I'm a big fan of trying it out. Volunteering in labs, volunteering at state parks, museums. So there's tons of opportunities out there. Just try it out, and if you like it, continue on. If you don't like it, then you could go back to the drum. Like, all right, I tried marine biology, it wasn't my thing. Is there something similar to marine biology, or like, is it like I don't like marine systems at all? So I definitely say explore. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to reach out to professors. Don't be afraid to reach out to anyone. Period. But definitely try it out. If I had to do it all again, I would definitely start research earlier than I did. I started my junior year of undergrad. So when I was applying to schools, I only had like a year and a half of laboratory experience. So if I started out earlier, I would have definitely been more competitive. I might even had a publication out of undergrad. So it definitely would help me be a better looking applicant on paper.